I've taken a lot of good photos over the years, and I've taken pretty bad photos over the years. But regardless, I've taken many photos. My name is Ricardo, and in this video, I wanted to talk about my love for photography, how I've taken photos over the years, and maybe influence you into trying photography yourselves, and eventually maybe you'll buy a film camera and join the crowd of film photography. Now, I feel like a lot of earlier photos I've taken in the past, I've always used I think it was like a Rebel T6 that my mom bought from a Costco, like one of those bundles you bought. And the photos came out fine. They weren't exactly the best. I still think they were kind of like amateur level photography. I felt proud of them for what it was back then, but you could tell a little bit how kind of fuzzy it looked. The quality wasn't up there. I think it was like 13 megapixels. Over time, I decided to buy a EOS N50. This is a tiny camera. I believe it's 23 megapixels, 24 megapixels. It's a good sturdy camera, but with the glass, it did come off a little bit fuzzy in the photos. It wasn't until I upgraded it to a Sigma lens. I've used this lens for about, I think like 4 years. And I really haven't tried anything else different from this because, you know, budget, I'm broke, I can't. And this is a 30 millimeter, but the photos that come out of this camera were breathtaking. Like sometimes I look at the photos in the past and I think like, wow, these are very good photos. I've always adored what this little camera can do, and I really like it. It's very small, it's very portable. You know, when you upgrade your photography from a cell phone to a proper like camera, you will see a difference in quality. The lens will just add so much contrast, so much detail, so much richness to the photos. Like, it's hard to simulate on a phone as much as the iPhone commercials and Samsung commercials say like, oh, this will do this, this will do that. It really can't mimic the style and the look of a proper camera. This has the secrets to all my photography and what brings me happiness from this hobby. I bought some Kodak Gold recently. That's a favorite. I'll talk about that in a minute. Color Plus, this is another favorite of mine from Kodak. Of this film type from Italy, it's P30. This is a Ferragna film strip. A lot of this was used in Italian films. I've loved it. Now, the secret with analog film is that you really need to pick which one you want to work with. A lot of these film rolls have different properties by how much light they can absorb, the color profile, and kind of like the vibes that you want to go with. Now, I've always used mainly like 2 because they're cheaper, but I have used Edichrome from Kodak recently. That's the same film stock as Euphoria. That's a very pricey film. It is per roll you're paying for. A lot of these film rolls, you're going to be paying per roll or per bundle. And per roll can be like around $10, $8, or if you're Edichrome, $21. But the results are good. You can really bring out an environment, really show off how beautiful it is. For an upcoming trip, I will be bringing a Minolta camera that I bought about 3 years ago from a former photojournalist. And I got a really good price for this. I bought this for $120 for the body, the camera strap, 3 lenses, and I think it came with a flash and a lens filter for the 50 millimeter lens. Now, this camera, it came with 3 lenses. These ones are basically a perfect set for any intro level photographer. This was considered like a consumer grade camera back then, but for me, I've been able to use it for trips. I have the 50 millimeter here, which I'm bringing to the trip. And for the majority of the photos, probably like 100% of the photos, I've used a 28 millimeter for my photography. But the results have been always like sharp images, and depending on the film you use, it creates a very soft image too if you keep it out of focus. Well, not in focus, but keep everything with a deep focus. It's always given me good results. And then for the upcoming trip, I'm going to be using a telephoto lens. They do offer lenses that are a bit longer, but for me right now, this is a 135mm lens. This is going to be used mostly for like portraits or like depending on where you are, street photography. I've always enjoyed a wide lens for my photography. I want all the image to be seen, but for this upcoming trip, I'm going to try to use more photography, skills to get on street photography and maybe subjects from far away, like more people, animals, and maybe just kind of narrow down the view of what I can take in the photos. Not a sponsored video, but I really wanted to shout out the Dark Room in San Clemente. It is a film lab that does prints, development, and other kind of accessories for your film projects. I've been with them for about 5 or 6 years. I've gotten most of my prints from there, and the biggest purchase I've done with there was about 300 photos. I loved every single one. Each one had beautiful colors. The scans came out beautiful. I gathered all the negatives in my room. And when I've always looked over the photos of, Europe and Mexico and all that, I remember the exact moment I took that photo, and each, film development, it's really high quality film paper on like, Walgreens or, Walmart. They kind of like destroy the quality of your photos. I really like how like an independent film laboratory can maintain itself and just provide high quality prints. And if anybody ever gets involved with analog photography, they should really check out, the Dark Room, because they will be good. The photos will look good and it'll be a flex to show off the photos. Now, if you're already involved with photography, please let me know which camera body you're using, which film roll you're using, and in general, which favorite type of photography you like in general. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I will have more videos from the past up here if I could put it there. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a like, subscribe, share the video, and please have a good day.